Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the new Garp challenge against Hody, and I have two strength teams for you guys. So the first team is using free-to-play subs. This is the team, these are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, this whole team, besides our captain, our friend captain, and that one cheeky support on our Luffy, is actually all free-to-play. And this particular team managed to do it so well, like so ridiculously well. But for you big old quailers out there, or some you guys that have some more or some better units to your arsenal, I do have a big Whalin team coming up right after this one, so don't stress if you guys have some better units or you want to run something that's not like more free-to-play friendly. If you guys have done some summons here and there and you do want to take advantage of those more powerful units, with this particular piece of content, it is probably the most challenging out of the Garp challenges. It's either that or the Navy. The thing with this particular Garp challenge that actually makes it so tricky is it's actually normal attacks only, and we actually get that inflicted that on stage 4, as well as having to deal with stuff like poison, with Sailor Despair, very similar to the Enel Garp challenge, and as well as that orb locking mechanic that is so prevalent in stuff like the Hawkins Forest. But once we hit stage 3, this is where the content actually starts to become a Garp challenge. We come up against 3 Fishmen and some Velociraptor looking guy. They're going to all have orb barriers, and the guys in the back all have a strength, dex, and quick orb barrier respective to their actual color. It'll only be for one orb, and that way, once you've done that, you can pretty much tear through their HP. And then the guy in the front, the Velociraptor looking guy, he'll always have a 2-colored orb barrier for a random color that he'll change every 2 turns. But the beautiful thing about using a friend versus ace is we actually have barrier pen. But this particular stage is a really good time to actually start farming up those strength, dex, and quick orbs for your verse ace verse ability. That way we can actually have it ready for the next stage against Hyozu, and it's very important that we do have it at that particular point, as we do want to get around those annoying orbs. Now, if you guys are sort of taking this guy down, you do want to sort of farm some orbs. Now, as you guys saw there, I actually didn't attack with Okiku because I did have a Dex Orb. That way I got lucky, got another Dex Orb on my Leo, and that way I could break the barrier. That way we can actually just do a lot more damage, and with the barrier pen that our friend Captain versus Ace can provide us, it means we can actually get through the barrier and still do damage even if we do get unlucky with the orb. So now that we've got him so low, we're just going to hit with all of our units, getting all the barrier down, and with our 2 aces, we can actually just do enough damage to take him out easy peasy. On to stage 4, we come up against Hyozu and Vanderdecken. Now against them, they give us poison, they do end of turn damage, and they also give us a full board of block, bomb, or unfavorable slot. So this is where the versatility of Ace is so damn strong, as well as the support of Ivankov being so damn godly on our Luffy, as we can actually just remove the poison. The poison is a progressive poison, and that means it actually gets more and more damage over time. Alright, hold it there. This is our editing stump, and it's not actually a progressive poison, but if you do hang around on this stage against Hyozu for a little bit, it will become a progressive poison. So don't stress, it's only like 3,600 the poison. Just make sure to kill Hyozu after like the 3rd turn, and then it won't be progressive. Back to the video. And so ideally you want to get rid of it, or you want to be real quick finishing this content, otherwise that poison is going to be real bad, and it's going to start hurting a lot. We're going to use the Verse A special, as I mentioned, to get the conditional boost, and then the Luffy special to give ourselves a full board of orbs, as well as an orb boost. Once we get to the next stage, we come up against Dosan and Zio. They are going to put up 4 turns of Threshold, and they're immune to poison and delay. But Dosan hits so damn hard that you want to kill him in that 3 turns. But at the same time, make sure to use those 3 turns if you do need to get some stalling. We do have the Morley special here that's going to remove the threshold, as well as set the defense low, give us a conditional boost as well. And that way we can actually take out Zio on the 1st turn, do quite a bit of damage to our boy Dosan. And then we can actually get the following effect where we set the defense to 0. And that way we can do even more damage to Dosan. Again, I would highly recommend trying to take 3 turns here, provided you do have that Ivankov support to remove the poison. That way you can start building up your Luffy special once again, or any other specials that you guys had to use earlier in the run. That goes for pretty much any team. If you get rid of the poison, you kind of want to take that time on Dosan. But remember, if you get hit, you will most likely die. On to the next stage, we come up against Daruma and Icarus Much. They're going to give us 4 turns of burn after preemptive. They are immune to poison and delay. And then they give us that orb seal mechanic that's so prevalent in the Hawkins Forest. We're going to remove the burn with our PvP, or the Rumble free-to-play unit Ace. And then we can actually use the special of Okiku to give us a cooldown and some damage reduction. With the 2 turns of attack buff that Ace provides us, we're actually just going to use that to take out Daruma, restricting some of the damage. Be careful how much damage you do to the boy Icarus Much. If you get him below 50% HP, he's going to do a 50% HP cut, as well as full healing himself again. So ideally, you don't want to do too much damage, but with the double special activation that Okiku can provide, you can actually take 2 turns here, as well as getting cooldowns. If you guys don't have the damage to take out Icarus Much on this particular turn, just make sure to get him to around that 50% HP mark, and that way you can easily take him out on the next stage with the damage reduction from Okiku. On to the final stage, we come up against Hody Jones, the steroid form. He's going to turn into a super type, and he has 2 turns of defense up. He gives us 3 turns of Sailor Despair, as well as rolling our specials back by 2 turns. So this is why using a friend Ace is so godly, because we don't have to worry about that special reverse, and we don't have to worry about the Sailor Despair. We can use the Leo special to remove the defense up. We have the Verse Ace ability for reasons. We have the super typing of Luffy for an attack boost, and then we have the special of Ace to give us an orb buff. Now, if you guys got lucky and you have an orb on your Luffy, you can actually give your, or if you have the Luffy special, you can actually give Luffy a strength orb, and then you can get the chain lock with Ace for even more damage. But I just didn't stall that 1 extra turn like I was meant to on Icarus Much, and unfortunately I was just missing out on that Luffy special. But nevertheless, we managed to get it done, and the free-to-play sub team reigned supreme. So that was the first team. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Let's move to the big Whalin team now. Alright, so moving on to the big Whalin team now. Once again, we are using Verse Ace and Super Type Luffy. So this is the team, these are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, with this particular team, I have actually flipped the roles. I am using my own Verse Ace this time with a friend's Super Type Luffy. And the main reason I've done that is so I can actually access Luffy and Sanji. Luffy and Sanji are just a phenomenal attack booster, but you can replace them with another attack boosting unit. The beautiful thing about them is, too, they are a Luffy unit, so you have access to the EGOgotic support. But if you need to replace them, you can use something like Rare Recruit Lucy. Not Rare Recruit, Sugo Lucy. And then replace Limited Rare Recruit Lucy with another Burn Reducer. And then if you need to use Snake Man as your captain, bring a friend versus Ace. But if you also have the Mr. 5 support, I would highly recommend using Ace as your captain, provided you have both of them. But if you don't stress, you can flip the roles. Another beautiful thing about using Luffy and Sanji is we actually have access to the Psy color variation. Now, the beautiful thing about getting access to the Psy color variation means that we can actually do a little bit more damage, and is very, very, well, it's shown great against this particular stage against Hody. With the Psy variation, we have color affinity, and that way we can take out that stage in 1 turn. Same goes for Vivi and Rebecca. Vivi and Rebecca give us access to the Dex variation, which is really, really nice, because when you are running these Garp challenges, it can be a little bit tricky. And if we have a look at this particular stage here, there is a quick unit, and that's what makes Bullet so damn good for these Garp challenges, as he is super effective against all types. But with the plethora of amazing strength units that are available to you guys don't have to run this team, but I would highly recommend trying to build a team around Verse Ace, as he just makes the final stage so much easier. But you do have access to characters like Bullet, Odin, Sweet 3, Verse Kaido, Super Type Luffy, Verse Ace. They all make phenomenal strength captains, and I imagine like they shouldn't have any issues getting around this content with the right units. But with normal attacks only being prevalent on this particular piece of content, I really wanted to sort of focus on Verse Ace, his special rewind mechanic just works really, really well. Once we do get to stage 3, this is where the content starts to actually get a little bit challenging. Well, not challenging, but like starts to actually do some stuff. The 3 Fishmen in the back all have a Strength, Dex, and Quick Orb barrier. And then the Velociraptor looking guy is always going to have a 2 Orb barrier for a random color. Now, he's going to change that every 2 turns, and then after like 5 turns, he's going to actually like blind our crewmates, like 3 of our crewmates for 4 turns, which isn't an issue because you can just stall on this particular stage. Then once you actually get lucky with the orbs, you can take him out. But this is a really good stage to actually farm your Verse Ace ability, as you really want to make sure you have that ready to go by this next stage against Hyozu and Vanderdecken. Now, against Vanderdecken and Hyozu, they're going to poison us. They have end of turn damage, as well as giving us a full board of block, bomb, or unfavorable orbs. With the support of EGOgotic, we can actually remove the poison, which is super nice, as it is a progressive poison. It'll actually get worse as time goes on. With the versatility of Ace, we can rotate all of our orbs into matching. And then with the switchability of Vivi Rebecca, we can give ourselves a chain lock. And we can actually give ourselves full color affinity with this team as well, as we have access to Sanji. Having access to that extra color just helps out so much, and just makes us absolutely melt through Vanderdecken's HP. On to stage 5, we come up against Dosun and Zio. They put up 4 turns of Threshold, which is a bit annoying. They both turn into super types, which honestly, I don't really know what that actually does. If it means they do extra damage to us, cool, but like, it just doesn't make too much sense to me. Unless they're like a quick unit attacking our team, but like, I guess we'll like find out as time goes on. But if you guys have any answers, please let me know in the comment section below. On this particular stage though, we are going to use the special of our Verse Ace. Verse Ace, with the support of Mr. 5, can give us an attack boost, lock our orbs, a chain lock, and an orb boost as well, and a full board of orbs. I think I said one of those twice, but you guys know what I'm talking about. After we've done that, we can switch with our units so we have the full strength team going. We want to focus on taking out Zio first, and then we can use the 3 turns to take out Dosun if you need it. Otherwise, just blitz through his HP and just absolutely destroy him. Make sure to use the Usohachi special though to remove the threshold, and it works really, really well. On to the next stage against Icarus Much and Daruma. I almost forgot his name then. Against Icarus Much and Daruma, they're going to give us that orb buy mechanic where we have to hit a perfect to change our orbs. But because we actually locked our orbs on the previous stage with the help of the Mr. 5 support, we can actually get around that. They also give us burn, and they're immune to poison and delay. So with the limited rare recruit Lucy special, we can give ourselves an attack boost as well as remove the burn. And then we can focus on taking out Daruma, as we do have color affinity against him. Now, the thing with Icarus Much is if you actually get him below 50% HP, he's actually going to do like a 50% HP cut and full heal. Now, I totally forgot about that when I was actually doing this run, so I actually copped that. So, it was a bit unfortunate, but look, it is what it is. On the second turn, we can just switch with Vivi Rebecca, get a chain lock. We can use the super typing of our Snake Man Luffy, and that way we can take this stage out easy peasy. Honestly, you could probably just use the versatility on the first turn, and then you're pretty much good to go. But it is a really good time to actually farm up the Verse Ace ability once again. Or you can actually like get the Ace special back if you do stall a little bit on the Dosun stage. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter all that much, as we do have an attack boost with Luffy Sanji. We can remove the defense up that Hody puts up with Vivi Rebecca. And then we can get an orb boost with our Snake Man, as well as rotate any of our orbs into matching. Now, Hody also reverses our specials by, I think, 2 turns, I think it is. I think it goes down to 1 turn with preemptives. But he also gives us Sailor Despair, which means that any character that has the ability to roll their specials forward as a Sailor is not going to be able to do that, as they actually have the Sailor Fear debuff, which is what makes this content as tricky as it is, and also the stages prior to it being a little bit more challenging. But once again, we have access to a side variation. Hody's always going to be a int color, and with that, we can take him out easy peasy. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too, but guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!